Hello, my beautiful creative creatures. So today I wanted to talk on a Kangen rep I recorded a couple days ago, which honestly is just more of a reaction video, not even the fact that they're a rep, but because Kangen water reps have a tendency to be very, what's the word I want to use? Out there. That's the best way to describe it. So, sorry about that. Okay, so we're going to get started on her video in a second. Let me get started. Also, don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the bell down below. Sorry, my face is still getting healed from, I think I have poison or heat rash. I don't know.
Strong with a yes and weak with a no. Our bodies are strong with the truth because our bodies want to survive and mutate. And so, just like the spring equinox, the flower of life is blossoming. The rain, the water medicine is coming down from the earth and purifying. And we're opening up and blossoming into this new root. I'm seeing like a root come out of the earth. And you're going to start to notice now that you're seeing plants blossom. Well, animals and plants are really just a mirror and a reflection of humans because we're all connected. So when you're seeing like these things blossom into the earth, it's really because the humans and we are blossoming into the highest potential, into like the greater, higher self of not who we are now, but our highest potential of who we can be, of who we're meant to be, of who we're blossoming. And
I mean, she's I get what she's trying to get at. It's a lot of the self-help BS stuff. Instead of directing it towards your own personal growth, it's directed towards a business, which makes no sense to me. But yeah, that I get where you're trying to go with this, but that's not gonna be very helpful.
Turning into. And you'll notice that a lot of people, and I've been doing it, it's something I've worked on, is going to bed early at night. You will notice if you go to sleep early at night, if you go to sleep before midnight, like the most potent hours of the night is if you're sleeping between 9 p.m. and 12 p.m. It's almost like that kind of sleep pattern is like very potent sleep. So you can sleep that time and have like more energy the next day than you would if you went to bed at midnight. And I've been noticing this. I've been playing around with like different sleep patterns, but one thing that has been in common is that when I'm waking up in the morning, I'm not tired, and I'm also waking up with daylight. So you'll notice that, what do people call it? Someone drop it in the chat. I'm getting a mind fart right now. Drink more water. Not your Saturn or Solar return. What is the word? You're recalibrating, but you're in the when the sun comes up, your circadian rhythm. Thank you. Thank you. So you're in alignment with your circadian rhythms.
All right. So what I learned fairly recently was basically from the start of the industrial age, we didn't sleep like a solid 8 hours every day, because it wasn't until the industrial age did we need to, because we would be on these long stints of working, so we need to sleep longer, wake up earlier. Because we used to, back in the day, wake up like after 4 hours of sleep and be awake for 4 hours and go to sleep again for 4 hours and be awake again. Like, it would just be that type of rhythm. But it wasn't until the industrial age that this happened. So it's not exactly that, but I would have to look more into it, but okay.
Which is basically when you're in alignment with the rotational frequency of the earth. You're in alignment with when the sun and the moon, when the sun comes up, your body is supposed to be awake. When the sun goes down, we're supposed to sleep. It's being in alignment with circadian rhythms of the earth. And if you notice, if you submit and surrender to these circadian rhythms of the earth, your body has a lot more energy because we're in like a correct patterning of how the earth is working, how the earth is rotating, and it's just super easy to live. It's, yes, the biological clock, Bobby, thank you. It's much more easier to live and survive and feel good when you're in this rotational frequency pattern of being in alignment with the earth. So if you notice, like in the winter, people are hibernating. You know, they may be like eating more food. They may be more tired, depending on different parts of where you live in the world. No one, you know, a lot of people weren't coming out and expanding and showing like who they truly are, 10xing their life. Like no, a lot of people weren't doing that. But you'll notice now.
Oh, fun. Grant Cardone's mentioned in here, basically. Yeah, no. No. There's just a whole lot of no already in here. I don't get it. She is all over the place, though.
Spring. It's like the coming out. The people are expanding. They're blossoming into this fruition and of who they truly are. But it's not just who they truly are. It's the potential of who they have to be. And it's because they're becoming in more alignment with the circadian rhythm. And it's spring. It's the spring equinox. Flowers are blossoming. Flowers are blooming. And that is in a direct connect and a direct reflection with what's going on with the humans. And so it's super cool. This conversation was inspired by one of my friends who bought a Kangen machine from me a year ago.
I feel like almost like she's saying, like, when spring comes around, we like are supposed to be sprouting out of a flower. But maybe I'm wrong being sarcastic. I mean, spring is rebirth, but it's not like we all of a sudden rebirth. It's just rebirth for plants, rebirth for insects and animals and stuff like that. But like us, we don't really do a whole lot with spring other than spring clean, spring refresh, of like decluttering, obviously, like stuff like that. Like I can get that, but like I don't know. Sorry, I'm saying like a lot. I just don't get what she's trying to say.
Literally a year ago, was not interested in opening or expanding other parts of her life. And then she called me today and she said, listen, I'm ready. I want to expand. I want to share the water. I want to like do the things that make me feel uncomfortable. And I was like, what happened? Like, why is this? Yes, always, baby. Like, why is this coming out now? What is the difference? Like, what inspired this change in you? And she said that basically she's at her job and she's working, you know, this 9-to-5 business. She makes a lot of money, but there's a new boss. She doesn't like the boss, and she's just sick of like creating and working and like really for someone else when she wants to create. She wants to be the one to like thrive.
But remember, you're still a 1099. You are still under someone. You may not get health insurance, you may not get any type of insurance and stuff, or even a base pay, but you still work for someone.
And build. And she has all these beautiful ideas and they're just like coming through. And so it's like someone, you know, she made her a reel. If you guys don't know what a reel is just like a short little video on Instagram, but you have to like kind of put yourself out there a little bit. You have to be in that creativity mode. You're working like that Shakti energy. You are embodying what is going on. And so she was never doing anything like that. You know, she was like definitely like, she was definitely like just not in that vibration. She wasn't ready to open. And so I was walking earlier and I took this like beautiful flower. It was a gardenia. And I just put my face in the flower and I smelled it. Entrepreneurs always pop at some point. Yes, Aaron, so true. I put my face in the flower and I just smelled.
The word is entrepreneur. But okay.
It. And I like breathed in this fresh flower that like hasn't blossomed and hasn't been around for months and months and months. But because we're in Florida and it's rain season and it's just pouring down rain, you'll see in Florida like all these plants and they're just growing and they're growing. so fast. And so when I was about to get in the shower, I literally had this like symbolic reflection of what is going on with the world. So my friend Jesse was asking me like, what's going on with the world? And now I can tell him like, I wasn't sure. Yes, Cardanias are amazing. And now I can tell him like, people are like arriving. And so what is happening with the people who are not ready to step into this? Well, they're either going to have an uncomfortable experience that catapults them into this new frequency, or they'll fall off. I don't know if that happens. I want everyone to thrive and survive. But it's just what is going on in this frequency right now. So it's like...
But why would you want to spend $5,000 on a water machine instead of using that money towards something that's more useful? Like, I don't know, a down payment on a house, down payment on a possible car, paying for a car, putting it towards savings, because that would be more helpful. That, and also people drop off for a very good reason, because one, they're not able to get people to join them. Two, they don't want to keep messaging people, and three, they probably don't want to put in all the work for little to no return. So that makes very good sense why these people don't want to. And it's usually disguised as, oh, you're not motivated, you don't want to do it, blah, 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 when people have good reasons why they don't want to do it.
How can we evolve a little bit deeper, right? How do we play more? How do we enjoy? I'm like getting the chills as I say this. So I'm going to name a few ways that are just going to be channeled to me now. It's really that easy for it to happen. We just ask for it. What are some ways that we can evolve?
Really? We just ask for it and it just happens? I would love that. I would love $1 million. That. I asked for it, didn't happen. Would love for it to happen, but it didn't happen. That's not how that works. But okay, keep going.
Faster and deeper. So I'm seeing a lot of movement, okay? So when we are barefoot on the earth, we are connecting with different frequencies of the land. So moving to different places on the earth, whether you are traveling, whether you are, even like if you're driving, stop your car. If you're in like a really cool space, stop your car and just like get out onto the earth and stand there for a minute. Take a deep breath in. Breathe, like set an intention, maybe like do a little dedication, pour a sip of water out onto the earth, and just remember, like, who am I and what am I doing? What do I want? And it doesn't need to be, I will, Harry, don't you worry. Harry's always supportive. And it's like, who do I want to be today? Because if you look up your human design, I'm a manifesting generator, so I can change moment to moment. And being in flow and being able to adapt with these new energies is something that's been super challenging. But when you adapt and you flow to new energies, new circumstances, new environments, new relationships, new conditions, new laws of the universe, new laws of life, like governmental things, whatever it is, being able to adapt, being able to be like a chameleon is a skill. And when you do that, you get stuck.
I would attribute to being a chameleon to being a sociopath. I don't think that's a good trait to have in that sense, because you are ebbing and flowing and changing with every single thing a person does to make them feel comfortable, because if you later turn it into a manipulation thing, that's very sociopathic. That, and like psychopathic almost too, like to be a chameleon in that way, like it doesn't sound good.
Imagine, when you're stuck. Hey Ash, when you're stuck, you're like frozen. When you're stuck, imagine like frozen waters, ice. You can't break through. What happens when you're frozen? You feel stuck. You like these negative emotions will get stuck in the body. It's hard to like really flow. When you're in your like feminine energy, you are flowing, and every man has feminine and masculine energy. Every woman has masculine energy. So the left side of the body is feminine, the right side of the body is masculine. We are able to tap into two. That's what creates balance. So we want to have this masculine, feminine energy. And the feminine energy of being in flow and being able to adapt and being creative is what is going on right now. Okay? It's really important because manifestation happens when we have an idea, and then the masculine is the energy of putting that idea into action, okay? Without, people cannot manifest if there's no follow through, if there's no action, if there's no discipline, if there's no structure. Otherwise, without the action, it's just a thought, that's a wish. Okay, I'll say that again. I'll say this again. Without a action plan behind a thought, it's not a thought, it's just a wish. And I thought the left side was masculine. Nope.
Thought is, certain things can be wishes, but they're thought out. I don't know how that sounds so good. I'm so confused. And
the left side is feminine and the right is masculine. That is correct. So right now it's like the easy way for us to really adapt and open up more is to really connect with the earth. And you don't have to be spiritual to do this, okay? You don't need to be spiritual at all. You don't even need to believe in it. But as a human on planet Earth right now, what is going on? It is spring, okay? These colder states are, warming up. The snow is melting. These frozen states, these stuck states of water are melting, are expanding, are floating. We're letting the waters float through our body and to an orgasmic pleasure, okay? As we allow things to flow through us, we get out of this stuck, frozen energy, these mindsets, these judgments that people have. It's really fear and being uneducated. If you are judging other things, you have fear and you're
not entirely true. No, that's not true. I mean, let's take Christianity, for example. In some ways, they're some of the most judgmental people out there. And yet, they also claim to be very educated. Not always is that the truth. You could do it for a lot of areas, but it doesn't mean they're uneducated. They're criticizing what someone does. Doesn't mean they're uneducated. They could simply not agree. That's all. Simply not agree. Doesn't mean it's passing a judgment on who you are as a person, but it definitely is just about how someone just sees that there's a better way of going about something, like not being in an MLM.
Educated. So how do we get more flow and release that? Well, I can share what I personally do. Every time I connect with your lives, I learn so much. Thank you so much, Gregory. Appreciate you. Thanks for being here. Yeah. And also, thank you, Justin. Imagine a bank. Money is liquid, right? They talk about liquid stocks, all these NFTs, all this stuff. This is liquid, right? So if you are frozen, your bank account is frozen, you have frozen stuck energy in your body, you are not allowing waters, commodities, abundance to flow through you. And how is that beneficial? So we have to, I don't like to say we have to, we can choose to, because our words create our reality. We choose to adopt and identify with new belief systems. I did say NFT, Aaron. Come on, bro. We allow these new systems to be in a state of curiosity. I wonder what this feels like. Because I don't know. I don't know how it's going to feel. I don't know how I'm going to experience it. But if I'm judging, I'm stuck. I'm in a frozen state. Your assets are stuck. It's a negative mindset. What happens with stuck waters? Nothing moves. You're not in flow. Flow is energy, water, abundance, commodities, liquid cash. And like being in flow with the energy.
She is just spouting it all today. Just it all. Okay. Anyone else just like listening and not really paying attention? Because like I start to space out, look at my monitor for my kids, or do other things because I'm like, what in the world am I listening to?
Of the moon cycle, you'll see that a lot of these stock markets, they base certain things on cycles of the moon. That is a fact. It's really cool too. So what's happening right now with the earth is it's spring equinox. People are blossoming. If you are scared, if you are holding yourself back, right now you are being supported no matter what. If you were doing this in winter, you would have probably a little bit more resistance. Thank you. You're cool if you're on here too. I'm just mirroring that back to you. So if you're feeling like a little bit of resistance in the winter, well, now is the time for you to enjoy this energy that's going to support you. And this energy is the spring equinox. This energy of coming into yourself, remembering, coming back home, allowing yourself to blossom. And so, you know, as it rains, it's purifying us. We're releasing these old patterns of who we were because the world is different now. Literally everything is different now. We are not who we once were. You know, people who are masked up, they're coming out. They're excited to play. They're giving hugs. They're giving kisses. They're not worried anymore. They are taking their mask off. They are, and I look at it in nature, they are.
Oh, lovely. More panorama talk. Making use of the panorama of sharing your MLM. Granted, you guys have achieved a lot since the start of it, which sucks, but it's you don't have to talk about it like that. Like, it's not like it. I don't know. It seems like they make light of it all the time.
Blooming, they're blossoming. It's like those old leaves that were stuck on the trees are coming down, and new roots are coming out of the ground because we went through these new experiences. Oh, thank you, Scott. I know, I'll be back on Clubhouse. I go on from time to time. So we are expanding. And so this is really dedicated for people, and I've seen it, and I'm seeing it happen. So people who have wanted to kind of like get curious and express themselves a little bit more, share their gifts, maybe share something that they've been experiencing. Maybe they want to create a new hobby. Maybe they want to create a new business. Maybe they want to share something on social media because technology is a different kind of currency, right? All these things on technology, like I've had resistance to technology too. I've had an iPhone for like a week. I haven't even opened the box yet. But after this live and tomorrow, I'm going to do it because it's just like we have to adapt. And so like a flower blossoming and blooming, this isn't like a time where it's like, this is evolve or repeat. But the difference with this is it is much easier because we're being supported because of the circadian rhythms and the seasonal aspect of what's going on. Things, again, they're unfreezing, they're opening, adapt and evolving. Exactly. We're adapting. So because we're being supported by the frequency of the earth, which is spring, my birthday's in May, and I just saw like when I was getting in the shower, this is the time. And so I'm seeing like even my sister-in-law, who is very against social media, she's like making reels and she's like creating content and she's like becoming a coach. And it's just like, wow, like people are coming in and it's beautiful to see the rise. Okay. Like as a light worker, as a medicine woman, as an entrepreneur, as a woman, as a water medicine, like, we're being in flow now. It is the time, and it's super exciting to do it when it's easier, because no one wants to be the solo one doing it alone. We're supposed to be all connected. We're not meant to do these things alone. Yes, summertime is exciting. You know, we have this new energy. We're sweating. The water's coming through. We're like, go, 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 go. The sun is shining. We're being activated. It's like creating this photosynthesis within the body. It's time. It's time. So this is for people who like are ready, but they haven't really wanted to like step out of that shell. This is the time. This is the time. Yes, let's be like water. Thank you, Blueprint. Exactly. Let's be like water because it's raining rebirth. I just got that download. It is raining rebirth. And I walked outside the other morning and I had an egg on my doorstep. And it was like a cracked egg. I was like, did something eat? Was this like something that got eaten? Or like, what was this? But it's about death and rebirth and what happens in winter. The plants die, right? We lose this part of ourselves that we once lost. Like during COVID, we lost a part of ourselves. I definitely shed some shit during that season. We are leaving the parts of us that are left behind, that doesn't want to speak their truth, that is embarrassed to share. We're opening up these like sexual portals, okay? Where like people are coming.
What? What are you talking about? Well, the only reason she's talking like this is because she's trying to urge others to just jump in and do it. It's start new, like, but it's not that easy. It's not that easy. And for her to speak in such a way that sounds so motivating and solidifying of anyone's fears is it's not wise. That's all I'm gonna say. It's just not wise. And what is going on with what she's saying? I don't get any of it. I'm so lost.
Into like finding their true love. People are coming into these experiences of like finding their purpose, of their job, of their destiny. What am I meant to do? Things are just lining up. It's a great little lineup, you know? People are coming out and having concerts. There's musical entertainment going on. It's just a different time.
Okay, so speaking about things opening up again, of course.
So if you wanted to start a business, if you wanted to start a hobby, if you wanted to do something new and share yourself, you will be supported because of the energies that are going on in the earth right now, because of the spring equinox. Something you can also do, intermittent fasting. I have noticed how when people intermittent fast, you are much more...
Please stop making health advice for someone who is not a dietitian. You are not a dietitian. Do not make health claim advice of what someone should do. No. You don't know what they are going through or if they deal with an ED. You can't be doing that.
Connected with the frequencies of the earth, and you're connected more with the frequencies of the earth because at night our bodies are supposed to rest. It's like, you know, you'll notice there's a ton of birds in Florida all around. The birds are flying throughout the day. They're squealing. All the birds are talking to each other. Where are the birds at night? The birds are sleeping. You don't hear birds. You hear owls maybe, because owls are the night birds. They come out at night. And it's like, yes, purity, exactly. So it's like these, it's a beautiful time right now. So connect with the earth. I gotta go. It's time to take a shower and go to sleep because I want to be in alignment with the circadian rhythm. So it's bedtime. A great way to get in sync with nighttime routines is to listen to solfeggio frequencies. There's different apps. You can get it free on YouTube, solfeggio. I like to listen to all different ones. Before I go to sleep, I'll close my eyes and I'll see like exactly where to do it, like what chakra system, what sound to listen to. I will also take my cherry, my apothecary from Purium, discount code Divine Movements. It's $25. It allows your body to create its own melatonin. Cherry is one of the most potent forms of fruit on the planet. For antioxidants, it beautifies your skin. It's a great thing to have. So having a nighttime routine, we all have a morning routine, but what is our nighttime routine? So getting in these habits of aligning with these frequencies and circadian rhythms of the earth is super helpful because we are like animals. We are like plants.
We are mammals.
Have the same molecules in our brain if we weren't. So yeah, I mean, if this live helped, please like and comment on it. I'm going to post it, share with a friend who you feel like would benefit from this. We're all in this together. If you guys feel called to what I'm doing, I'm creating an incredible community who's helping people heal through water and changing the world one sip at a time. You know, this is the time where we choose to really embody our true power. This is our time to be sovereign. And it's like, how many hours are in a day are there? If you can take about like an hour in a day and, you know, maybe 2, maybe a few hours a week, whatever you get, where you can funnel and fuel that time, that energy, that currency into like a side hustle, into a hobby, into something to be creative, you're opening up another portal. You are opening up a new opportunity because you're doing something different. Because you're doing something different and stepping into the energy of growth, you're changing. And when you change, that's how the world changes, because it's like a domino effect. When you have a different frequency,
I'm not sure if those changes are good, but yeah, they can do those changes. Doesn't mean they're good changes. Doesn't mean they're real effective changes.
Really can change your bloodline and your family. I've watched my family change and evolve over time. And it's because of me. And I don't need to get that credit.
That's a little self-centered, but okay. Don't know if that needed to be in there.
My mom thanks me every day. But when we heal ourselves, we heal our bloodline. That's why people can literally heal and change through epigenetics. Joe Dispenza talks about it all the time, another great thought leader. So, your spine's aching right now. I feel like you don't sit up straight. I could be wrong, but do you slouch a lot? You need to take breaks when you're sitting throughout the day. You need to get up, walk, stretch, and do like different kinds of stretches on the ground with your back flat. Also, a foam roller would be great for you. Does that resonate? We're going to have to do like a live one time when people are asking me different questions and I'll like tap in, because that's what I'm getting. You're seated too much. Your hips are tight and it's like a rounded back. I could be wrong, but I'm right. Wow. Thank you for that validation. I appreciate you. Yeah. So just take like when you're seated for an hour, after an hour of sitting, get up for 5 minutes, walk around and stretch. Maybe do 10 jumping jacks. Just get that blood flow. Get that lymphatic system moving again. Flush. Drink water.
I'm not going to deny that she's giving good advice here, at least moving around. That's not bad advice. I'm not saying that aspect's bad. But to assume you know what that person needs is not a good thing to do because you're not a healthcare professional.
Few deep breaths. Go outside. Suck in that oxygen. Yeah, you do a lot of work, but health is wealth. And without our health, we can't work, you know? So if you can take literally 1 minute, you get out all the time. But if you sleep a lot and you rest and you wake up tired, your body rested, but your soul didn't. So maybe you need to be more intentional about some of the things you're doing. Always listen to your body. Maybe just be more intentional when you take your breaks instead of just going outside because you're doing it. go outside and notice, like, what am I doing outside right now? I came outside to zone out, leave your phone on your desk, go outside for like 60 seconds. Okay, good. Thank you. I'm glad it resonated. Just get focused and do a little breath work. The more oxygen we have in our bodies, the more blood flow we have, and our blood needs oxygen. So that's what I'm going to do right now. I'm going to go outside and get ready, prepare for my client in the morning, take some big deep breaths, do a little burn in here, sage it up. Probably not sage. I'm not really into sage anymore. I'm not a huge fan of that. I don't love the smell. I like Palo Santo. I like sweetgrass. I like, what's that other one that I just got? Bay leaves. Bay leaves are great. Yeah, do a little breath work. So have a good night, guys. Thank you so much for that validation. And, yeah, we are here. If you are on this live right now and you are with me, you are being called to step into the greater purpose. And you have this. We all have this. It's just time to rise. Are you ready to rise or not? Thyme is cool. Can you burn thyme, though? I have thyme essential oil. Thyme is great. I like putting it on the bottom of my feet. Super spicy.
Oh, fun. Super spicy. Yeah, because you're not allowed to, unless it's diluted, put it on your skin. I don't even think it's recommended to put in your skin at all. But, okay.
So yeah, tell and encourage people, and don't leave this being like going to other people and saying like, well, you should do this now. If someone's not ready, you hold that frequency for them to rise and step up into it. But it starts with you. It starts with me. It starts with us. It starts with people choosing to do the thing that's uncomfortable, because that's what's going to create epic growth. So the desire to grow needs to be stronger than the desire to stay the same. And if it is, you're going to succeed. All it takes is a desire. Then from the desire, we have a thought. This is our wish, right? We have to put this wish into action, and that's how you manifest. Oh, it gave you the chills. Oh my God, I'm so excited. Excited and happy for you. Let's manifest, guys. Let's make this shit happen. Let's prove everyone wrong who say this word doesn't work, because it does. We're taking the thought, we're taking the belief, we're taking the idea, and we're humanizing it. We're putting it into the physical, and we're embodying it. And that's where I'm going to leave you guys. So have fun with that, and then dance. Move it through your body. Move it through. Imagine it coming from the top of the head all the way down into your body and down through your feet into the earth. And love yourself. Be gentle with yourself. You know, we only can do as much as we can. We're not superhuman yet. Not yet. But we will be, and we can be. And it starts with one day at a time, one action at a time, one breath at a time, one sip at a time, one movement at a time. And then you build that consistency. And then that consistency builds that trust in yourself. When you trust yourself, you're supportive of yourself, that creates more self-love. When you have more self-love, that creates more confidence, because you know you can do it. And we all can. So anyways, have a good night. This was super awesome. And yeah, talk to you guys soon.
That was the end of that video. I hope you guys enjoyed. That was a unique one for me. First time doing Kangen. You guys have to let me know what you think down below, what she said. I have a lot of thoughts still. It's very kind of wishy-washy, but I don't know. Yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed. I will see you in the next one, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and I'll see you soon. Bye.